All right. Good evening, everyone. Didn't think I would see you so soon after yesterday's excitement, but we are back. Not quite as exciting as yesterday, thankfully, but we do have a strong thunderstorm that you see on the radar here, really over Richardson, maybe East Richardson, northwest Garland, up into southern Collin County, just about on top of George Bush and 190, moving into general northeast direction. So first and foremost, it's not severe. It kind of been tinkering on borderline severe, kind of going back and forth, pulsing up and down. Right now, it's kind of on the downward pulse, but it can go back up. So I thought, I'd just come on for a few seconds and kind of give everybody an update on what's going on. So you can see the orange box. That's a special weather statement that the National Weather Service puts out, and the criteria for this particular special weather statement is 50-mile-an-hour winds and up to half-inch hail. Remember, in order for it to be considered a severe thunderstorm, you would have to get 60-mile-an-hour winds, 57 technically, or an inch in diameter hail. So we're not quite there yet, and hopefully we won't get there, to be quite honest. So let's look at the storm itself. So right now, this has gone down. The maximum hail size, again, this is measured about 2,000, 3,000 feet up in the air. The maximum hail size is 3/4 of an inch, so that's good. It was up at over an inch and a quarter. Looks like there's a 100% chance of hail in this storm, only 30% chance of it being severe hail. So thus, I think that's why you haven't seen the National Weather Service issue a warning, because it's not severe, and hopefully it will stay that way. Hello, Angela. Meanwhile, in Denton, yes. We're going to zoom over to your part of the neck of the woods here in just a second. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, sir? Okay, so let's put this in motion real quickly here and kind of give you an idea. I'm going to show you a bigger reason why we're seeing this. We didn't really think that we would see storms like we did yesterday. And of course, we haven't really seen storms like we did yesterday. These are certainly not near as severe as yesterday, but we really didn't think we'd see much of anything. We thought most of it would be southwest of Dallas Fort Worth proper, and that's where most of the storms have been today. But I'm going to show you the satellite picture. It's going to give you a good idea of why we're seeing the storms here. So, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and go over to that. If I can get this to work. Here we go. Okay, so this should go into motion, I hope. Well, let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay, so you can clearly see the counterclockwise motion in this upper level low. It's not at the surface. It's in the upper levels of the atmosphere, so that's why it's not quite. That's why it's not raining all day today, because it's not at the surface. It's up in the upper levels, but there's still a lot of moisture in the air, a lot of instability. And again, you can kind of see from the southwest of Dallas Fort Worth. That's where you see most of the activity today. But as those outflow boundaries move into the north and northeast, or moving our way into the metroplex, that's where we're getting these storms that are firing up and scattered, not anything in a line or anything like that. And I do think now that the sun's about to go down, I guess technically it just went down, then these storms will start to die off a little bit. But again, I just wanted to give you the bigger picture on why we're seeing the weather we're seeing. Now, this whole upper level low is supposed to move off to the east, northeast, starting tomorrow, so I think we'll see less rain tomorrow than we did today. All right, so let's go back to this picture here. Well, let's try this. Try and get back to the radar. There we go. All right, so we can go back to the radar here. All right, so again, this is in motion. I'm going to stop this here just a second. Okay, there. I think that's the most. Yep, that's the most recent frame. So you can see the storm is really kind of sitting over Richardson, in essence, maybe the south part of Plano, southwest part of Plano. So it was starting to move northeast. It's not really starting to slow down a little bit. So if you happen to be right underneath this, you're probably, I wouldn't be shocked if you got an inch of rain. Not, most people won't see that, but Okay, so yeah, the hail size continues to go down half an inch, so 80% chance of hail, 0% chance of severe hail. So unless this storm really ramps up, I don't see the Weather Service issuing a warning on it, but you never know. Okay, so let's go talk about our friend Angela over in Trophy Club. Okay, Angela, so I'm going to put this in motion for you. And I haven't really been, no offense, haven't really been watching Tarrant County too much, and southern Denton County. So you got an outflow boundary. Well, guys, if it hadn't moved through where you're at, it should be there any second. So we do see some storms in Tarrant County north of downtown that want to creep your way. So it's a lot like the storms in northeast Dallas County. They want to move northeast in a general sense, but they're not moving very fast. And now that we're getting past sunset, I think we'll start to see some of these storms peter out just a little bit. So let's stop this here. So Angela, you got a chance. That's better than zero, right? All right. So let's go to another radar here. This is another mosaic, and again, there's a hail marker here. Same thing as before, half-inch hail, so nothing big there. And we'll go to a smooth radar. And again, you can see most of the heavy rain is over Richardson, North Richardson, and like I said, into southern Collin County. So the bottom line is this: there's nothing really to be concerned about. Now I will say, like I said, if you live in Richardson, if you live in Plano, I would even say Murphy, maybe Sachse, and to a lesser extent Garland, you may see some of this storm. Again, I think it's more on the winding down phase as opposed to ramping up. But as you can see, just to the north of this particular storm, there's a couple other cells that have fired up just recently. This is just south of McKinney. This is north of Carrollton, around Hebron, just south of the Colony. Nothing to write home about with those storms, certainly. But, like I said, they definitely can pop up, and you see another storm just south or just east of downtown Dallas trying to pop up. So the bottom line is this: nothing like yesterday. And that's not to say that these storms couldn't pulse up and be severe warned, but even if they would be, I think they'd be very short lived. Hopefully, all you get out of it is a lot of rain, certainly no hail. So let's go back. Let's expand this out. Okay, so before we sign off, just want to kind of give you a bigger picture of the radar. So as you can see, again, if you remember from the satellite picture, this is the counterclockwise motion of the storms, and down southwest of us, they're definitely moving southeast. But then when they get close to the metroplex, they're kind of moving east northeast, and so again, that counterclockwise rotation of the upper low, because upper low is pretty much right. The center of the upper low is pretty much right on top of us, so that's why you're seeing this. But again, with the sun going down, I think that you will see that these storms will start to wind down. Again, nothing like yesterday. Not to say that there couldn't be a rogue severe storm. We did see some warnings earlier on the storm southwest of Fort Worth. So bottom line is this: if you live anywhere east of 75, northeast of 635, along the 75 corridor in Collin County, definitely a chance to see some rain. Probably won't be severe, but don't be shocked if you see some gusty winds, a little small hail. Nothing to write home about, thankfully. If you live in Tarrant County, especially the north central part of Tarrant County, pretty good little storm there. So hopefully, Angela and Trophy Club, you will see that storm. I don't know that it's going to make it all the way up to Denton. May not even make it to Trophy Club, sadly. So just like I said, nothing to be terribly alarmed about. Just something to keep an eye on. Had a little hail reports earlier and just a little stormy weather, but I think today will probably be the last day for at least a little while before we see rain and certainly storms. With that, I don't see anything else in the comments. So with that, as always, I'm watching the weather so you don't have to. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And I failed to mention this in the very beginning, but as you probably saw from the intro video, Amen Plumbing here in Sachse helps make this stream possible. So thank you, Amen Plumbing. If you need plumbing services, please do not hesitate to reach out to them. Okay, with that, I am going to sign off. Hope everyone had a wonderful Labor Day, and the work week starts tomorrow, but it's a short work week, so there you go. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.